Don't mind Ryan. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's doing some crazy.
Taking a fucking skin scab, David.
The
Little
fuck is a
ASMR.
skin scab? A regular scab? Is it different?
Dave, when I get injured, my hands are so thick like leather that like a simple cut, first of all, simple cuts don't cut me. So if something cuts my skin, it would kill the average man, clearly, David. Mine is snake venom. I am impervious
to the
to
average
blades.
man, really.
The average cut
impervious to blades.
Yes, impervious to average cuts, David. So if I get cut, it's serious. It would make you bleed for weeks. Okay, clearly. Superior man hands. And then in that, since I have superior man hands, they're built-in fucking leather gloves. Literally, my hands are leather, David. Ryan leather, massaged and oiled
Help
daily.
you with the electrical work. You're constantly grounded.
Little bear paws here, little eagle claws, and constantly grounded. You gotta stay high to work on high voltage, David. And so when I get I get an infection or like a skin thing, David, I have to dig the scab out of the inside of my fucking hand. And then as I dig the scab out, it grows in, I like grow like a fucking, like, it takes longer. It's like the outside grows faster and then the inside I have to pick the shit out and then that pushes it up.
But you're not supposed to do that. Like, you're supposed to just leave it alone.
Dave, it stays there for 6 months if I do that. And then it gets infected. I got to go to the fucking doctor and have him cut the shit out of my hand.
Crazy.
It becomes a callus. Dave, I had a callus on my hand. Like a lump in my hand, and it's a scab, and I've picked it out, and it's healthy. I actually got like some asbestos or some shit in there, which probably didn't help healing.
Yep.
But here I am digging the shit right out. Look, there's skin under there. You're not supposed to do that, David. That's why I have man hands, and you have nice, soft fingers to tap keyboards.
Interesting.
Am I doing electrical this weekend or no?
Yeah. Mark, you should have seen the frame job he built for this fucking fan. Custom deluxe wood frame.
Did he measure it out and everything?
Yeah, this thing is like this thing is so tight you have to like tap it in with a mallet. That's how he doesn't even need screws. That's how well it fits. He will put screws in them. Yes. Should I just give him your number in case he calls?
Yes.
Those friggin' because he doesn't. Yeah. You guys talk about whatever the fuck's happening with the.
He bought this crazy mirror, and it's this lady is gonna have dude. You're gonna see. Where you live says a bright star in the forest. When she turns all that shit on in your bathroom, it is going to be able to be seen from fucking. It's gonna look like North Korea on the map.
It's gonna be great.
And then your fucking ass is gonna get massaged by that toilet seat.
It's
basically the only thing you don't have in there is the cleanest and driest ass. Dude, Nolan is not going to leave the bathroom, bro.
I just can't imagine a world where I'm a peasant with a 72-degree toilet seat when it could be 83-degree toilet seat.
Dave, your house could be fucking 83, and it's all 83. I just don't.
No, 83 in the house.
You have an art gallery in one, and then Bruce Wayne shits it. No, you have an art gallery bathroom. Okay, it's literally an art gallery. I could show you guys a picture. There's a literal painting. You're pissing. Everything's black. Everything's black. You just walk in. Dude, all you need is like...
I just like the sink, honestly, in that bathroom.
Ambient music. Fucking... Dude, and it's 3 girls. They're all like, they're all like looking to like heaven and shit. One's like pouring fucking sacred water and playing a harp and shit. And they have a literal museum light. A literal museum fucking gold light that's like super perfect. And I went in there. I was like, all you guys need is a light. And he's like, oh, we have one. It's just not charged. I was like, what, dude? And then I go in there the next day and the light's on. And this shit is ambient lit. Like, it is. I was pissing in an art gallery. And then his other bathroom.
I just like on day 2, you're like, holy shit, the ceiling.
yeah. I look over there because it's all black. You just step in a fucking art gallery. You're like, wow, I'm in a mausoleum right now, surrounded by victory and gloriousness. So one bathroom's a fucking art gallery that you could like probably smoke cigarettes and like have a glass of wine and like talk about like clash and contrast on the painting piece. And then the other bathroom, Batman takes a shit in. That's going to be so bright you could see from outer space. It's like a tale of two cities.
It really is the yin and yang.
It's really incredible. I can't wait till we frame out that studio, though.
Yeah, that'll probably have to happen at some point, so I can take like a further back view. Because I probably shouldn't have done that because now I'm gonna have to rebalance it. But like if you look around, it's like this backdrop is a chimney, and then dude, it's a basement. Like we're in a fucking basement. Like
that's the best you get, boys.
Listen, man.
Dave's not in a basement. He's actually in the original bar. He's in the original bar that the founding fathers drafted the Declaration of Independence. This is Independence Day.
Right, on the show today.
There's a show? We do a show?
Yeah, we do a show. Actually, there is actual breaking news.
You said doo-doo. You said doo-doo.
There is actual breaking news, Ryan. It's ABC is, as far as I can tell, firing Jimmy Kimmel. Due to comments about Charlie Kirk, we can get into the comments. My opinion, Jimmy Kimmel absolutely should be fired because he has terrible writings and he's wildly unfunny. I didn't think the comments were that bad, if I'm honest.
Is this a little snowflakey by Republicans?
Well, no, because I don't think ABC is run by Republicans.
No.
We didn't fire him.
Like,
I'm not
right.
CEO of ABC.
I get that, but the people that would be like applauding this are the same people that were upset about.
I think it's more of the team thing. Like, haha, fuck you, you suck. Like one of those things, you know what I mean? Like it's more of like fuck you. I don't really care what you said, but fuck you anyway.
Gotcha.
I think it's that because I got a little bit of that because I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. He's kind of a bitch, so it makes me laugh and smile. But if I'm honest. Man, it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. It really wasn't that bad, if I'm being honest.
Chappelle said worse shit.
My God, lots of people have said worse shit. We've certainly said worse shit. Good thing we're not on ABC. We have to talk about King Trump. It made me laugh. When I quick write the notes at the beginning, it's so hard to read them because my writing is dog shit. I don't know what that third thing is. Feminism, though, I can read. Tucker on Charlie. Jasmine Crockett. I don't know if that says slut. I don't think so.
This is the worst show prep ever, dude.
I wrote it so fast, Ryan. Obama.
Because it takes so much longer to write things like a little bit slower. Like
it really does.
Whole extra
really does. It's really
just writing cursive, David. It's 2/3 faster than writing regular English.
Okay, everyone's so excited about cursive. The only reason I'm glad I can read cursive is so I can read old documents.
Yeah, that's why they don't want you to know cursive, David.
Ryan, ABC, which shocker belongs to Disney, if anybody doesn't know that, is polling Jimmy Kimmel indefinitely after late night host's recent remarks about Charlie Kirk. Move comes as ABC affiliate group told the network they would be dropping the host. There was a clip. Here it is. I have a clip of what caused the shitstorm here. We're going to just put the clip up and everyone can judge for themselves. You know what I say about it. But just again, Jimmy Kimmel, wildly unfunny, probably has terrible ratings. I know Colbert did. So, certainly reasons for him to be fired. But to me, this ain't it.
They let Colbert go as well, right?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. Okay. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
I don't really think it's that bad, honestly. I really don't think that's a fireable.
Kind of might be the funniest thing he said in a little bit, to be honest with you.
Honestly, if I'm being honest here,
that's probably why I got fired. Like the first thing, hey, you're not supposed to be funny.
No. If I'm being
Jimmy,
honest,
you're not supposed to be funny.
No, like between what Jimmy Kimmel said and Trump's response to being asked about Charlie Kirk, Trump's response was way worse. Way worse. Way fucking worse.
He could have been like, it's a tragedy. I know what it's like to be grazed by an assassin. My ear still not healed fully. I can barely hear you speak up. Fucking guy.
Thank you. By the way, new ballroom.
The best ballroom. The ballroom's been trying to get done for 150 years. Probably because we don't do balls anymore, Mr. President. 150 years. We haven't done a ball at the White House in 150 years.
The great AC/DC once said that she's got big balls, and so
Ozzy's performing. Ozzy is performing from the grave.
Oh, down we go. I told you. Shouldn't have moved it.
Balanced. Well, while Dave's off-roading with his camera. This is pot. We get paid for this, people. Stay tuned for our Patreon.
That's the craziest part.
The craziest part. Dave's literally half naked half this podcast, half the time.
No,
it's a lot of halves.
I got clothes on.
Yeah, you're half naked.
Like
this part of you is naked. This part of you is naked. This part of you is naked.
Here's the deal.
You're naked. You're third naked.
I shouldn't have moved it. But that's what happens.
When
you got, listen, we get some money for the podcast, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you don't tell me the amount.
But I can't.
That's crypto.
But I can't really. Crypto. But honestly,
well, you know what, Dave? Just take all my money and buy crypto with it. I don't even care anymore.
But I really can't. I really can't justify high dollar equipment and producers and stuff, right? I just mostly because I'm just cheap and listen. We work with
Dave. It's literally why the podcast is at fucking phase 17 out of fucking world domination. We could be on world domination tour right now if you weren't just like a cheap bastard.
Well, I think what I should do is I should use my own global domination technique of borrowing the rest of the world's money. And if I did
this might be the greatest fucking thought I've ever heard.
I think it
was like, oh, no wonder Elon wants to leave. The Earth is broke. Like, what? He's like, yeah, it's just broke. The Earth's broke. No wonder he wants to go make crypto. We can mine it here and fucking use it on Mars. But like, what is wrong? The Earth's just broke, dude.
Honestly,
the United States is going to spend the Earth out of money in like 30 years, and that's that.
Out of all the ideas I ever thought of, came up with, like, this was half joking, but at the same time, I do think it would work. I really do. Like the Earth, we're out of money. Like you can't make more money. Like the value is, I have all the value. I have all the military. Like I win. That's the game. That's the end of the game. I win. You can't build your military. You don't have anything.
I fucking am the build. Look at me.
We're going to build a slave military to take me down? It's not happening. Who's going to keep the slaves in check? You can't pay them with anything. I win the game. I win.
So you would just starve dictators out?
Yes, I win every time. I win. Ask for your money back. You're not getting it. You know why? Because you can't beat me in a fight. I win.
Dave, can you
$75 trillion military? I win.
So if this was Risk, okay? Mm-hmm. If this was a game of Risk, and I had like the South China Sea, Russia, and Europe.
Yeah.
You basically have the equivalent of just those 3 or 5 pieces indefinitely. You're just going to stack the board.
So the equivalent, like if you're trying to make this like the equivalent is you're playing Risk, okay? And then I buy the rest of the Risk boards that were ever produced. And I take all the pieces and fight you. Like I win. There's no more pieces. You can't add pieces. I have all the pieces.
Have 3.9
never be new
million
pieces.
threes
I bought
on
out.
fucking
Yeah,
on Norway.
yeah.
And
Milton
I'm
Bradley's
rolling.
bankrupt. I have the last pieces. I think this works. I really do. I think this is a winning strategy.
I think we run. What is it? 35 for president?
Sure.
Yeah, I could run for president and VP with you in 2028, David.
Yeah, I win. I win, Ron.
We'll
We win.
run.
We
We'll
win.
run on. We'll run on borrowing the rest of the world's money for.
Can anyone
$1
Can anyone legitimately think of a reason this wouldn't work? I want like an actual reason this wouldn't work.
People say no.
Say no to what?
Borrowing the rest of the world's money. The people that we're trying to borrow from say no.
Okay, so here's the beauty of this. Ready? I already have the strongest military in the world, right? So like,
So you're gonna bully? You're gonna bully people into their money, David?
I'm taking the one's money. Yes, correct.
Here's
the thing.
So hold on. How are you gonna get the money? You're gonna go to war with the world for the rest of the world's money.
Well, I can do it a country at a time. Like if I asked like Belarus.
Oh my god, this is even worse. This is even worse. Like, you seen what I did to Switzerland and Czechoslovakia and Romania. Yo, Paraguay, you don't want to get shook down like Madagascar did, dude. You remember last?
For sure.
You're just
hey,
gonna
Belarus,
start.
I want some money. No, okay, I'm just gonna take. Like, I just dominate your country. Then, like, you don't win. The Belarus is not beating the United States in a war.
So you're just. So what would you do first? Take Latin America, so you got a place to live.
I would take the NATO countries.
I would take New Zealand as my first target. So when nuclear fall breaks out, I have a bunker made. New Zealand, Australia. We take out. We take Japan. And then we take China, and then Russia, and then we go for Europe. That's what I think.
New Zealand could work.
You fuck Europe in the middle.
China and Russia have to be last though, because you have to build up.
No, you just blow China up, David. I've been saying I want to blow China up since I'm 7 years old in an F-14 Tomcat. David.
You got to be super careful with Russia.
No,
because Russia can thwart your plans. Russia's the only country that can thwart our plans.
David,
I think.
David, look, we're gonna do the same thing Hitler did. We're gonna tell Russia, look.
Hitler
you'll get a piece of
the same thing he did.
You'll get a piece of the $175 trillion military.
Well, I think that's what I would do. I think I would immediately form a partnership with Russia, and then Russia and us would dominate NATO.
Just kill everybody.
Yeah. Now China has no ally, really. I mean,
and there's no need for NATO.
Right. Well, and NATO. Well, we are NATO anyway, so we dominate NATO. We take all their stuff. Then we fuck China up because they're like the actual, probably third biggest threat. And then when we do that, we've acquired enough that we can then decide what we're going to do with Russia. Because Russia's tricky. Russia has nukes. This is the one thing that could get tricky.
Why'd that Jew-ass Oppenheimer have to sell the secrets to the Russians, David? Kidding, people. I don't know. They probably had it without him. I didn't know that was a thing until I seen the movie Oppenheimer. Very eye-opening.
Is that a thing? Did he sell it? I think Russia figured it out.
No, he was a he was an open communist sympathizer, David. As was Einstein.
Sure, but like Russia was close.
Oh, he attended. He attended parties and stuff, and like the movie. Did you see Oppenheimer yet?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it kind of gets into it. It doesn't actually like explicitly show or say, or I don't know if there's any real proof of it, but it's like he may have helped the communists more than like to admit.
How soon after we had a nuke did Russia have a nuke?
If I'm not mistaken, David, I think we dropped ours right after they created theirs.
Oh, you think Russia had a nuke first?
Yeah, I do. So
the United States successfully.
If they may have done fusion first or whatever.
I don't know.
Russia beat us a lot. They were in
space first.
Oh yeah, like everything first in space. But I mean, with nuclear stuff, I thought that the United States was not as far ahead of them as we'd like to think. I think. Like
The United
the movie Oppenheimer makes it sound like, at least I know this is artistic rendition, but it makes it sound like the Russians were closer than like history is very different than what we think.
The United States successfully tested its first nuclear bomb on July 16th, 1945, the Trinity test. The Soviet Union tested its first nuclear bomb on August 29th, 1949, RDS-1, or First Lightning. That was a gap of 4 years, 1 month, and 13 days. The Soviet program accelerated due to espionage, notably from figures like Klaus Fuchs, who shared critical U.S. and British nuclear secrets. Interesting. So actually, they were a fair bit behind. 4 years. I mean, that would have been the time right there. Honestly, I'm not pro like running around and just destroying everything because I think there's human lives and stuff.
No, it's kind of the time you go murder everybody.
But like that's the time you do it. Like I'm the
have a
only
nuclear.
one.
Yeah, I got a nuclear missile. No one else does. Yeah, you're getting fucked over.
Ryan, I think this is interesting. People are freaking out because Donald Trump walked in front of King Charles, which
good.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Good.
Yeah,
people are mad about it too. Extra good. Yeah, I don't understand what the problem is here. I'm getting weird audio. Sounds like the computer's talking to me, David.
It should sound like weird music. I don't know.
Oh, it's weird music.
Yeah, I mean, what the leader of the free world is in front of some peasant king? I don't care. What happened to, by the way, I just think this is interesting because people on the left, do you remember the no kings thing? This is still happening, right? The no kings. So like,
yeah, well, Trump. I thought Trump was the king.
Okay, so like, are we no kings or are we pro kings? Like, what's the deal? Pick a lane. I want one. Just pick one. We want no kings. Oh, can you believe Trump's walking in front of the king? So you like the king? You support the king? You want the king of Britain to be in front of Trump? Or do you not want kings? I'm very confused on the messaging. I say we revolt again. We're not even... I think we should just beat up Britain again just so they don't get any thoughts.
Is that part of your 175 trillion military?
Yeah, honestly, you know what? Fuck, I changed my mind. I'm fighting Britain first. We team up with Russia, we fight Britain, just like as a fuck you, we laugh.
We'll tell them, be like, we're going to do Dunkirk, but bigger.
Do you think Britain would let us take them over? Serious question. This is crazy. Could you use like a mafia technique on Britain? Could I go to Britain and be like, listen, it'd be a shame if anything happened to your people. You're not going to beat us in a fight. Hand over the keys.
Well, David, honestly, it makes me wonder.
We win every time.
There's
no scenario.
It really makes me wonder, like, how people even have negotiating power with the United States.
It is curious. Like, what are you going to do to us?
The only way that you have negotiating power over us is if we really outsource that much shit to the rest of the world.
Well, we do, but not to Britain.
Okay.
Britain. What are we getting from Britain?
But
Jaguars?
I'm just saying in general, and the theory is we can do all the shit here anyway. So we only do that out of luxury, not necessity. So in a perfect world, we'd go back, fine. But that's what I mean. Like, where is the negotiating power to even have? Like, was the negotiating power back in the day that, like, we have third-party contractors go build Europe back up during Reconstruction so people can get rich? Like the military-industrial complex? Is that kind of how that all started? Now we're caught in entangling alliances known as, like, the United Nations that keeps on nation building all over the world while people get rich on the back of going through and rebuilding all these places.
I think we said this in the past, but like if the United States in the past was negotiating what seemed from a point of weakness, it's because we were doing so intentionally. Meaning, like, we were sabotaging ourselves intentionally.
Like, what do What are you going to impose on the American people? Sanctions? We have the highest standard of living on earth. The average American makes more than anybody else in anywhere else in the world. And no, it's not China. China has a larger rising middle class or whatever it is. It's a lie of a metric. Our middle class makes more money than any other middle class. Per capita, per person even. It's not even like a general, we have less people and we make more fucking money. What are you going to levy a tariff? Our bosses can just pay us increase. What?
Switzerland has the highest average salary.
Oh, here we go.
I'm
How
just
close are we?
curious. Like, oh well, it doesn't. The highest average salary amongst countries worldwide, according to recent 2025 data from CEO World magazine.
Is this per capita? Per capita.
The gross average monthly salary after tax in Switzerland is $82.18, surpassing other high-income nations like Luxembourg and the United States. So I suspect we're a third. Luxembourg doesn't count, though, because all their money comes from us anyway. Well, Luxembourg's like where all the people hide all their fucking money. So, like,
okay, take Switzerland out because they're ran on Nazi gold anyways, and they're purposely like let's be honest. So I don't even know what the first country is, but I bet you we have a better military. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, what is the
Luxembourg us?
What isn't Luxembourg in England? Isn't that a fucking city?
No, it's I think
it's got to be by Switzerland.
Yeah, it is. It's like a Dutch nation. Switzerland, Luxembourg, United States, Iceland? Iceland? Really? Norway. Yeah, Luxembourg's a Danish country like Switzerland or Norway.
I was looking at what I would need to go be an electrician in Switzerland, and they said you got to learn German, and you can get like a foreign exchange program. Go over there. Be a commercial electrician in Switzerland.
Do it in Luxembourg. That's where you want to do it. Iceland's pretty wild. I would have never picked Iceland to be anywhere near the top 25.
But it might just be on population averages that like there's 10 million people and they make X amount of money, divide it.
If you want more details, a different number of countries, or focus on another metric like median salary.
Median would be 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, median's the middle.
It's the 50% metric, the 50% number.
What are the top 25 countries? Come on, let's see like where this goes. Let's get some Switzerland, Luxembourg, United States, Iceland, Norway. No, we can't pull the top 25. Perfect. AI is taking over the world. It doesn't know what the number 25 means.
Did you hear the thing about the iPhone alarm clock?
No.
You hear about this? Open your phone, go to your clock.
I don't have an iPhone.
I'm talking to Sam, but she'll prove it. Go to your alarm clock and then like try to set an alarm. Like just like where you can roll the scroll thing. So like roll the scroll.
For what it's worth, China isn't even in the top 25.
You roll the scroll, right? And if you keep going, it ends.
What does that mean?
It like ends. Like this whole time, people on iPhone thought that this little wheel that you scroll your time, was a circle that's indefinite. When really it's just like really long, and then it ends at a 4. But it probably has like 1 to 12, 70 times before you get there. And they were trying to make the same kind of joke that's like people think AI is going to run our world when they like just use optical illusions to make it's very odd.
Holy fuck!
But maybe that just like ties into like how easy it is to really trick you. Like, look at how easy that is. Like, I'm still scrolling back. Like who would even think to scroll that far? Still,
I wouldn't. because why would you? I guess
it makes me wonder how far I can scroll the other one. That goes to 60. That one ends too at 39.
Dude, what in the actual... Dude, China is not in the top 50. I don't even know where they are.
Yeah, but what are these countries? That's why, how are you gonna negotiating with the United States is the United States negotiating with you. They're
China's average salary per citizen is $870.
make that in 1 week. Might go over that in a week.
870? And what were we? 6,500? And we're going to negotiate from a point of weakness? No, no. I don't think so. Not happening. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, and then you got to wonder how the fuck you have a military. Where do you get the money? Where's Russia get the money? And this all comes back to where not only where do they get the money, who's funding them money? The World Bank gives loans to Russia to build military equipment to keep up with the United States. How's that right? I've never thought about this, David. Where's Russia even get the money to compete?
Here's
there's
the thing.
No competition.
No, the money's in the economy. The difference is their citizens don't see the money. That's the difference. That's the difference between capitalism and communism, right?
Hold on. I understand. So then look at what is the the United States is a third of the wealth of the world, though.
Yeah, but China's economy, the whole economy, is large. The difference is our citizens get some of the money and theirs don't.
Right. I understand that. I'm separating it now. I'm scaling it up to the government. How the fuck does Russia get a bank loan to buy anything at a government level? Do they go to the National Bank of Russia? Okay, that's cool. Where does the National Bank of Russia get their fucking money from? There's only one bank in the world, David.
Well, now we would have to ask the same question we asked ourselves, which is where does Russia owe its debt? Do all countries have debt? How many countries have surpluses? We can't. Surely we're not. There have to be countries with surpluses, right? Somebody has the money. The money is somewhere. Everyone's in debt. To what? To each other?
Is that what it said?
No, I'm just...
Oh, okay. It was a bit...
It can't give me an answer. Oh, it's still working on it. Man, it's really thinking about this.
Yeah, I had AI take 5 minutes to question once.
Around 20 countries had a fiscal government budget surplus in 2023, according to IMF data, which lists 20 countries. Okay, but what are the countries?
And then I want you to ask who are the countries in debt to?
Yeah, give me a list. Come on, AI. Oh my god. Okay, there's some countries that I've heard of. Kiribati, Tuvalu, Norway, Kuwait, Qatar, Iraq. Apparently the Middle Eastern countries are great at budgeting. Timor-Leste, United Arab Emirates, Botswana, Azerbaijan,
They're
Oman,
all Arab countries.
Denmark, there you go, Ireland, Singapore, Equatorial Guinea, Papua New Guinea, Switzerland, Saudi Arabia, Germany, Netherlands. Dude, it is. Why is it so many Middle Eastern countries? The Middle East is great at budgeting. If we can learn anything from them, it's how to
David,
budget.
it's really easy to budget when you make all of your family live together and you have 7 wives and like one guy just runs everything for 8 families. I have all the money.
Countries with current account surpluses. Germany, that's going to be wiped shortly. Japan, China, Netherlands,
That's
Singapore.
gone. Yeah, China's GDP is going to flip and it's going to be in hyperinflation.
Yeah, Germany.
All that money's gone.
Germany has a $200 billion surplus, which is funny because for them, I think that's a lot. So yeah, 7% of their GDP. But for us, we would spend that in like a few days. We would spend all of Germany's surplus in like literal days.
Yeah, did you hear the Fed lower interest rates, David? This is interesting because I'm serious. Like, how does Russia have money to even compete with us at a military level, or China? Like, they can just make money off other countries that is getting loans. Like, the IMF is just literally the people are indebted to the IMF.
Let's take a look. It would take us 13 days to spend Germany's surplus. Where? That's so crazy. Where does Russia get their money? It's a great question, Ryan. It's going to say from taxing its citizens. They don't have any money. Russia's economy is the world's 11th largest by GDP.
Where's it get a budget for the government? Like, do they just have hoards of gold, David, that they leverage hoards of gold, or
where the
are
federal
they like
budget gets its funding? Russia's federal budget for 2025 is projected at 42.3 trillion rubles, $457 billion.
Whoa, hold on. $457 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 15 days of the United States economy.
Yeah, for us, that's that's almost double. Let's call it 20, 25 days.
How are they competing? Fucking how? I have a rocket ship. You have a stick with a fucking firecracker. How? They allow it. They have to allow. This is crazy. They told me to worry about Russia. We outspend their country in a month. How? Where the fuck they get their money? The bank? How's the bank giving them money? And why? If they're so terrible, this is crazy. You can't accept drug money, but you can give the Russians money?
It says they get their money from energy exports and taxes.
How the fuck are they? It's not taxes, David. Their citizens make like $5 a day.
Well, they make more than that. Russia just takes most
none of it makes any fucking sense. None of this makes. This is like, dude, DoorDash is a fucking con job for rich people to bury their money in a business in a 401k account. There's no way anybody's making any money. McDonald's pays me to drive the food and drop it off, and I get free food when I do 10 deliveries. That sounds like a 360 win, Dave. Never happens unless it's a con job and that everybody that's all involved fucking wins the entire time. Because they're just banks. McDonald's is a bank. They're a bank. You leverage your fucking whole life on McDonald's and Home Depot stock. It's a bank. McDonald's is a bank. It's not a cheeseburger factory. It's a bank. Their front is cheeseburgers. Tell me I'm wrong. You're about to fucking change all of it over to digital fucking DLC gold Halo token coin fucking Fortnite dollars. Fortnite bucks, people. The globe is going to digital currency. Are you
Ryan.
None of it's real. It's a con. It's a con job.
Ryan, they're called V-Bucks.
It's bullshit. I don't give a fuck. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's not even real. This shit. How's Russia get money? Oh, their budget is 26 days in the United States? So you're telling me in a year we starve out every country on Earth's budget? How? How do they have any negotiating power? What is a treaty if I could... Dude, I outspend your government in a month. How do you have what's a treaty? What am I treatying? You're saying, the 4 years, we'll just wait 4 years for the president. I can starve your country out 17 times in 4 years. What the fuck are we talking? How has nothing gotten done?
So other than China, Germany is the third biggest economy in the world. Their country's value is $4.92 trillion, their GDP. And I think that's barely more than we spend in a year.
Dude, our GDP is like $30 trillion.
It is, yes. What is how long does it take the US to spend
the rest of the world's GDP?
$4.92 trillion. Okay,
and
I'll ask that next. I'm just asking Germany, because other than China, Germany is the biggest economy in the world.
Okay, so he did Russia.
Yeah, so how long would it take us to spend Germany's entire country, their whole GDP? It's doing math. It's really mathing it up. Come on, give me something. 260 days. We still have 100 days to go. We've done it. We've outspent Germany this year. Their whole country, we've spent more than they're worth. It's the third biggest country in the world. We've spent more than it. How long would it take the US to spend every country's GDP? It's going to be like a handful of years.
If it's less than 4 years, I will laugh. And I will never believe another politician the rest of my life about anything. I already don't believe them. ChatGPT did nothing but set us free, clearly, David. To worship a new god, obviously, people.
Okay, it says roughly every country, all of them, all the countries in the world, all their GDPs combined. How long would it take us to spend all their money?
The 8 billion other people on Earth, David.
16 years.
What are we negotiating?
16 years. From the day a child is born until he can drive a car, we have spent the entire Earth's money.
And this goes back to your idea, David. That's us just not being assholes, being like, hey, you're now part of the United States right now. Like, if we just didn't start taking over smaller countries and then we absorb their economies and then can propel and build shit there. Like, if we were still conquering, this all ties into the conspiracies of like that. There's no way that we just stop conquering the globe, David. And where's all this going? And, this right now, I've told you people for years, they hate rich people that aren't them. They're going to bankrupt your 401ks and pensions, and they're going to get rich on the Bitcoin. Because they're telling you, don't buy it. They literally for years said there's no money in crypto. For years. And then during that little once-in-a-lifetime pandemic day when everybody got all that extra money and we were buying crypto because we were all online, they're like, yeah, you can now claim this on your tax because it's a viable asset. And then they got you on all the crypto.
I just checked. There's still money. There's still money in crypto. I just checked. It's still there. Didn't go anywhere.
Didn't go anywhere. Well, David, I mean, they're just building whole facilities and infrastructures. I mean, clearly the Bitcoin factory that I helped, build has no leverage.
Dude, that place was fucking crazy. It was actually crazy.
That is
Dude,
what
it was like it looked like a football-sized warehouse just full of servers from like wall to wall. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
If you didn't know it was there, you would just think it's just some building. But it hums the entire neighborhood. Middle of the night when nothing's on. People have been complaining about the noise.
Dude, it's actually crazy. And all it does is
Crazy.
mine
Zero
Bitcoin.
money.
There's no money. No money in
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
no money in Bitcoin. Just
Dude, you know what's crazy? When you sent me that video, this was probably, what, 5 years ago now?
2022, something like that, yeah.
Okay, let's call it 3 years ago. Dude, crypto was probably, or I'm sorry, Bitcoin was probably $40,000 a coin. It's like 115, 120 now. They
That place at the
tripled.
time had $1 million electric bill every 3 months. And all it did, they had people there every day, all day. They had one person that would just hang out 3 shifts. All day, they would just hang out. They would do their scheduled maintenance and they check all the computers. They do all their basically they're like doctors for these computers. They just check all the Bitcoins there, all the cryptos there, that they're functioning, that they work.
That's crazy.
And then Dave got hooked up with that crypto expert, and he said that these banks are so powerful that they're actually selling back electricity to the municipalities. Their infrastructure. So now that's infrastructure, it's going to be protected by the police, military, the state, the applications there. It's going to be encrypted. Now we have data protection. That's probably the Space Force, David. It's infrastructure. It's not going anywhere. Honestly, I don't know why we're even in 401ks. You should probably just go to your financial advisor and say, just buy Bitcoin.
The crazy thing is everyone will tell you that's risky.
More risky than the dollar, David? More risky than the dollar. The dollar, since its inception, has lost all value, David. I could show you on a map the value that Bitcoin's gained, David, on a graph of all time. They actually tell you that cash is the bad idea. You should invest in the stock market. It outpaces the inflation of cash. Russia came out and said the United States is trying to eliminate its debt by riding the crash of the dollar on the rise of crypto and gold. Why do you think the price is jumping? The government is buying it. It is military. Crypto is military, people. It's military technology. It's militarized money. People are like, oh, it's traceable money. Yes, obviously it's traceable money. All money's traceable. If you really think about it, it's all traceable, really. We have so many
I never understood why people thought crypto was going to be untrackable. I never understood that. It's all IP addresses. It's
David, but
completely
that's the thing. It is untrackable.
But it is trackable.
It's untrackable for the military. You think, why do you think the only reason people get caught? The paper trail. The CIA has a whole white album that you can't even fucking see. It literally won't even come up in the computer, even if you punch the code in.
Yeah, but I'm saying average people thought it was
you're
untrackable.
Right. Yeah, you're right. But I'm adding it is untrackable. This is the nefarious shit. This is what I'm saying. When they have trackable money for you and I, that means it's untrackable for them. That means they make you disappear because they can pay people without having a fucking paper trail. They'll bankrupt businesses. It's just a glitch. Sorry, Mr. Dealership owner. Billionaire dealership owners. You think they want you having new cars?
I'm sure the banks do.
They're dude, it's military. Your electric car is military. It's a military operation. I wouldn't doubt if the Charlie Kirk assassination, David, was a military operation. How's Russia get money and how's China get money to compete with us? Apparently, all those other countries are friends with us. You're worried about Trump walking in front of the King of England? We're the kings. What the fuck? We're the kings. Look at me. I'm the king now. What are we talking? I can own a firearm. I have the right to freedom of speech and redressing my grievance. I'm the king. We are the kings of this country. We should cut off royalty in other countries. They're lesser than us. We literally spend more money than the rest of the world. That's how much wealth we have. This isn't just like, oh, the rich people. Yeah, that's part of it. But dude, holy fuck. Fuck the king. Those people fall because they have to. It's a formality, right? Ben Shapiro formality. No, you fucking train these people. You've trained them. We're naturally rebellious. I'm not listening to you. How do you have any negotiating power? This almost pisses me off more than the pyramids. How has any foreign policy for the last 50 years? How? Besides the Middle East, allegedly, which probably got all that money from when we just fucked everything up.
It has to. Well, that's why I've always said it has to be intentional. Any negotiation we do that hurts us is intentional.
We proved it mathematically. How's it not? How can other countries profit on us and make all this extra money and have booms in their economy when we literally can outspend them? We have more raw. What I'm trying to say is this is like you and David and I starting the same business across the street from each other, and I have $1,000 and he has $1 million to start with. Who the fuck do you think's going to make it? And who the fuck do you think can absorb all the bad stuff that's coming? Like that's literally the difference.
I'll make everything in my store free until Ryan's out of $1,000 because you'll never sell anything.
Why wouldn't you? 2-for-1 cheeseburgers sell for 1 penny less. That's what they used to do before all this corporate shit. People that are younger don't remember, and people that are older remember better than us. Oh, the mom and pop. That's what my dad says. The mom and pop, man. You used to. Dad, actually, what you were battling, Dad, was the rise of corporatism. You just didn't have words for it because we didn't get to the corporate age, which is where we are now. They're banks. They're militarized banks. They're going to be backed up by militarized capital, by fucking digital money, ones and zeros, all counted by the military. It's a militarized bank. McDonald's is a militarized bank that has 60 billion locations. They even have rewards points, David, just like a fucking credit card. Your rewards, cashback miles. You just get cheeseburgers with this one because you're not allowed to go anywhere. This is Crazyville. I'm more pissed off about this than I think anything else we've covered in a little bit. I know we've got some emotion, but I mean, as far as like things that we've naturally stumbled across that I never really thought about in totality until we started fucking around with it long form like this. This is actually like, I'm actually very curious what elected officials would have to say about this because it to me, once again, if Dave and I opened a business and he had money and I didn't, who's lasting? Why is this not different at a country level? I technically work the public sector, Dave, in some of these jobs I've had as an electrician. I work construction. That shit ain't free. I don't give a fuck if all of the electrical work is made in China. You still need money to make that. And those people, they're not going to work for free. They do, but you don't get slave labor electricians. You understand? Like, you don't get slave labor businessmen. You don't get slave labor salesmen. Am I wrong? Am I wrong with this?
No, this is actually the premise of why communism always fails. Because if you're gonna get paid the same as the farmer, why would you take anything specialty on? Why would you work harder to be a doctor? I'll just go no, thank you. I'll just go sweep. You want to be a doctor? Why the fuck am I going to be a doctor for? I'm going to make the same as the guy who sweeps the floor. I'm going to go sweep the fucking floor. Give me a broom.
Oh, I get dental insurance too? Thanks. And then this all feeds back into what I initially said to start here. Like, how do these countries even, if they're so shitty and they're ran by tyrants and bad ideologies like communism and fucking kings and royalty, how are they even competing with us on a global market other than exports? which once again, we can make it here tomorrow. I guarantee you call up anybody that builds buildings. Like, can you build a fucking Apple factory? Can you build a Tesla factory? Can you build a chip factory? Can you build a Walmart facility? Can you build shipping? We could build everything here in America. I'm watching them build a fucking stadium that cost $1 trillion, billion, quadrillion dollars with a melting roof, the largest melting roof. When they got every bell and fucking whistle on that thing. We can build that tomorrow. The fucking ground wasn't even cracked all the way and they were pouring. Good. I don't care. Get it done. Make it safe. Great. But that, like, how are these places even competing with some? And I'm not even saying like we have to beat up on them. That's not what I'm saying. But like, if you were coming to a job offer and you had no skills for the job, there's no offer. You just kind of do whatever I tell you to do. Because these whole countries' people's fate are in our hands at the most basic level, or natural resource level, a GDP, gross domestic product level that the IMF backs everything else off of. That's how I know this is all a bank scheme, people. People didn't want to believe all the Rothschild conspiracies. Dave and I just casually walked you through it by just following the money and then using basic logic that it actually doesn't make sense that these countries have kept any kind of power unless it's been deliberate. It doesn't make any sense the United States isn't an esteemed place with great food, education. We should have the highest quality food and education on earth. We have 10 times the amount of money. In theory, inflation shouldn't affect any of us. We have so much money. What is inflation to millionaires? What was China, like $600 a month or something?
$870 to
You make 500. You make 5 to 10 times the amount of an Asian person. What is inflation to you? Now, inflation matters here because everything's so fucking crazy that they steal all our money. Our government is stealing our money. That's taxation is theft. But at a global level, these banks are just funding these fucking... the banks are funding all this shit. They've created the destabilities. And then the people in all these countries and all these businesses have capitalized. And we now see it. We're able to type it in ChatGPT and get all the answers. This is why I'm actually worried that, like, every day that AI gets older, we all get dumber. Even the smartest person Neil deGrasse Tyson, you're dumb now. You get to be a regular person soon. I can't wait until all these geniuses, David, are just as smart as you and I again. Because every day that computer's up and running, it's getting more intelligent than all the most intelligent people on Earth put together times infinity. And there will come an age, and obviously all this will speed up. So, like, the process in 10 years will happen in 9 years and 99% of a year. And then it will just start, and then it will basically get to a point that it will be every day, and then it's every hour, then every second, every bubble. And then that's what I mean by, like, once this is, we're going to watch compound interest in an instant when it comes to AI. And by that, I mean, it's taken, millions of years of humanity, but thousands of years of civilization to build the AI machine to be capable to be built. But in the next 50 years, we're going to watch the fucking explosion. We're going to watch the atomic bomb of artificial intelligence. And when we look back on it, if we can, I don't know what that's going to look like per se, we're going to say, oh, how did they not see this coming? But it's like the dominoes are falling so fast and their dominoes are carrying more weight that it's just, we're watching compound interest in real life. And the acceleration, it will be like Revelations. And I wouldn't be surprised if the AI future robots, they talk to us like gods, angels, and demons, like in the Bible, so that it makes sense to us mortals. I actually wonder that. Because how else can you convey such crazy ass concepts to mere mortals when you have all of infinity and probability? This thing thinks like a Rubik's Cube by the time it gets to some of these things. I know I've kind of rambled at the end here, but I just can't help but think that, like, if I have access to all this information, Dave has access to all this information. We basically showed you like that everything, it's not Veep, Ben Shapiro. I just proved it. Dave just proved it. It's not Veep. So then if it's not Veep and I know about it, that means that everybody must be able to know about it. And as the truth has its day, that's when revelation comes. That's when everything speeds up. The more truth that comes to light, the more pedophiles that get exposed, the more bad things that get the music industry, the Epstein files, the this, the that. As this stuff, the Charlie Kirk assassination, as all, that's why it's all speeding up. Is because the truth, like you can't put the tube back in a toothpaste. And I don't know. I just think that if I have access to this information and I can rip apart all of the narratives I've been ever told for all of my own life, and I can just see through the pattern in it, that it's not a good sign of things to come. Like I just have a gut feeling. Like if I can see the truth this easy, then like what I'm trying to say is like I shouldn't have this power. Like we all have it. I'm not saying I'm special, but that's what I think. Like we shouldn't be able to like just disprove.
Well, I think more than that. Why are we the ones doing this?
Well, they called everybody crazy long enough,
I
David.
mean, I'm happy to, but like, there's
No,
way more prominent, relevant people. Like, why aren't you doing it?
well, they have a business model attached to it, David. They're trying to ride the 401k up for enough money to buy the Bitcoin to ride it back down. This is what I mean, David. I think I genuinely actually think Steven Crowder's wife left him because of the devil. I'm fucking telling you. Not like literally, but I think, look, I know you get approached. I just fucking feel it. I'm getting goosebumps. You just get approached. I know it happens. I fucking know it. I can feel it in my body. It will happen to you, David. I fucking know. And I think it's going to happen to you before me. And then you're going to tell me, and that's probably when it happens. Like, right, like, you're going to tell me, and then, like, I'll literally, like, turn around, and he'll be there. And I fucking mean this, David. I just know it. It's been told in all the stories. It's in all the books. It's in all the religions. It's in all, like, there's actual evil manifestations that embody things in people. It may be mental illness or psychosis. It's all of it, sure. But, like, legit, the devil, legit, went to Crowder, went to all these people. That's why it doesn't change. Like, it's why it don't change. Because there's a block. There's a fucking energy block. It's a cap. Or it's like what Tate says. It's all a game. I'm the only one looking back at the fourth wall telling everybody it's fake. This is a con. You're not real. When you die, you wake up as somebody else. That's reincarnation. We're all spirits in a vessel, in a jar. You're all connected through God. You're all metaphysical. You're all collective unconscious. That's the thing. And we're Truman showing. And you get tested. There's NPCs. There's not real people. And I don't mean, David, I know I have to say this because people think I'm going to be crazy. Got to call police on me. I don't think that people aren't really real per se. I do believe spiritually that there is, like, for all I know, these entities could send down like a blank person that when I walk out the room, they could just evaporate. How the fuck do I know, right? Technically, right? How do we actually know?
I mean, by definition, are non-spiritual people NPCs?
100%. And the NPCs are also the same people that just come home every day and just go through the motions of their life. They don't try to expand. They don't try to read. They just show up for whatever they were programmed to do, and they go to bed. They wake up and just live the program. They look at the phone. They eat the food. They buy the pink shirt or the pink cup, the fucking this. And they just go through life doing non-player controlled activities. And that's just like an NPC. You may be conscious, you may be a real person, but you're not in player control mode. I was told years ago, that your body is basically getting controlled by a spiritual Xbox controller. It's like a projection. And I just really can't help but like think that, like, as we slowly just use AI like we did to just keep pulling at these little small threads that like literally blow down. That one little, I know I'm spending time on this, but this one little thing like just proves that it's fucking bullshit. We literally financially prove that anything they tell you about the economy is a con job, basically. Not that it's not real, not that the stocks, and I understand there's treaties and it's not all like an inside job conspiracy. But like if the bank's lending these countries money to make them even remotely competition to the United States, why is the competition allowed to happen by the United States? And why have we been strung along? And how do we get stolen and broken into unless it's all intentional? And if it's all intentional, and I can look it up and Dave can look it up, and we have all access to all truths and all the gardens of Eden that ever existed, I can't help but think that we're in a time that we don't want to be in. We're sitting on the edge of shit. We're sitting in, like, we're literally sitting in a point that, like, there's so much truth coming to light that nobody can process it. And then in those moments, that's when the grandest evil probably happens. Because evil is ultimate truth, is it not, David? Isn't like an ultimate person being ultimately evil, just like shooting Charlie Kirk and slitting that girl's throat? That is truth, people. It's just a yin or yang of truth. It's whatever. It's the dark side of truth. The light side of truth is fucking Batman saving the day, right? The corny analogy. But it's true. It's still truth. Violence is truth. It's the ultimate truth. It's that like death is the ultimate truth. It's the only truth. And that's what I mean. We're in the era when we're getting all the other truths, but the only actual truth, which is the end. Which is why I think these people get approached. Which is why I think Candace is going fucking balls deep on this, dude. Name another woman in human history like that. They don't exist. That's fuck Rosa Parks, dude. Fuck Harriet Tubman. Seriously, like they're great people. Like you don't have conviction like that unless it's like beyond the people that are in this thing. This is not, I don't know. I just feel like it's just so animated that it has to be outside of our body, outside of our psyches. It's all like we're all experiencing outside or outer body experiences or something when it comes to some of these events. And I just think more than ever that, like, we talk about washing the blood and stuff, and um, maybe they're just tattooed now. Maybe us killing God, maybe we strangled God to death and his blood's all over our hands, and now it's up to us. This is something else like Nietzsche and the philosophers said. They sense after we kill God that we would all become our own gods and we would all be like individual gods. And that's like, they call it the Uberman. It's a German word, David. Uberman. And I mean, maybe that's where we're all heading. Maybe that's why this followers and all this stuff is so polarizing, because people are just gravitating towards like that one binary thing that they represent because they've never worked on themselves. And it's only the people that are multifaceted or polymaths that are really going to own this world, because the places we're going, we need people that are good at everything and a lot of different things that overlap in weird ways. And conventional thinking, conventional society, the life that we were brought up didn't teach us that. It's either you worked on it, you were weird, or you were born with a fucked up family and you figured it out. Who can wash the blood? You can't. So you got to live with tattoos. So I guess more than anything, David, I know I just made a crazy analogy about a lot of stuff, but I guess I'll rock tattooed hands with you from now until the end of time. Dave Ryan, December 1773. Catch us on Rumble for the greatest podcast in human history. As always, David, I appreciate your tattooed hands, and I will see everybody tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, man.